Inside death row at Goulburn Prison, inmates awaiting execution. At exactly 5 a.m., a loud metal door slams shut. The sound echoes down a long, cold hallway. Inside a tiny concrete cell, a man opens his eyes. He does not know if today will be his last day alive. This is not a movie. This is not a story made up for drama. This is real life inside death row at Goulburn Prison. A place where time moves slowly, where hope feels dangerous, and where men wait for a date they never want to hear. Today, you are going inside with them. Not as a guard, not as a judge, but as someone who sees everything. This is what really happens inside death row at Goulburn Prison. The place where time stops. Goulburn Prison is one of the oldest and toughest prisons in Australia. From the outside, it looks like a giant stone fortress. High walls, sharp wire, watchtowers, security cameras that never blink. No one walks in by accident, and almost no one walks out free. Deep inside this prison is a special area, a quiet area, a hidden hallway. This place is called death row. It is where inmates wait for execution. Not for days, not for weeks, sometimes for years. Each man on death row lives in a small cell, very small, about the size of a bathroom. Concrete walls, a metal bed, a thin mattress, a small sink, a toilet in the corner. No privacy, no comfort, no soft sounds, only cold air and silence. At night, the lights never fully turn off. They stay dim, so guards can always see inside. So prisoners never feel fully asleep. Every morning starts the same way. 5 a.m. Metal doors open. Keys rattle. Boots walk down the hallway. A guard looks through a small window in each door. He checks. Is the inmate alive? Is he breathing? Is he still here? Because sometimes, someone does not make it through the night. The men on death row wake up slowly. Some sit on their beds. Some stare at the wall. Some whisper prayers. Some say nothing at all. Breakfast comes through a small slot in the door. A tray, cold eggs, dry bread, weak tea. No talking. No choices. Eat or don't eat. It doesn't matter. One inmate is named Daniel. That is not his real name, but his story is real. Daniel is 38 years old. He has been on death row for 7 years. 7 birthdays. 7 Christmases. 7 New Years. All inside this same cell. Daniel was sentenced for murder. The court said he took a life. He says he didn't. He says he was in the wrong place, with the wrong people, at the wrong time. But now, his words don't matter much. A judge already decided his future. Daniel's cell is number 14, near the end of the hallway. It is colder there. No sunlight reaches it. No view of the sky. Just gray walls. And a small window too high to see through. Every day, Daniel touches that wall. Just to feel something solid. Something real. When Daniel first arrived, he cried every night. Quietly. So guards would not hear. So other inmates would not laugh. He cried for his mother. For his sister. For his little son who was only 5 when he was arrested. Now his son is 12. Growing up without him. After 2 years, Daniel stopped crying. Not because he was strong, but because he was tired. Tired of hoping. Tired of waiting. Tired of thinking about freedom. On death row, time feels broken. One day feels like 1 month. 1 month feels like 1 year. Every morning is the same. Every night is the same. Nothing changes. Except one thing. The execution list. Once every few months, officials post a notice. A paper. With names. And dates. When a name appears, everyone knows. That person is next. The guards know. The prisoners know. The chaplain knows. Even the doctors know. But no one tells the inmate right away. They wait. Sometimes days. Sometimes weeks. Letting fear grow. Letting silence hurt more than words. Daniel watches that board every time he is allowed out. 1 hour per day. In a small concrete yard. With high walls. No grass. No trees. No sky. Just gray. And shadows. During that hour, inmates walk in circles. Like animals in cages. Some talk. Some argue. Some pray. Some stare at nothing. Daniel talks to a man named Marcus. Marcus is older. 52 years old. On death row for 12 years. Marcus knows the system. He knows the tricks. He knows the lies. He once told Daniel, "Death row is not about dying. It's about waiting to die." Those words never left Daniel's mind. At night, the hallway becomes quiet. Too quiet. You can hear breathing, coughing, sometimes crying, sometimes shouting. Sometimes a man screams in his sleep, reliving his trial, his crime, his mistakes, his past. Daniel lies on his bed, looking at the ceiling, counting cracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has counted them thousands of times. He knows every line, every shape, every shadow. He thinks about his son. Does he still remember his voice? Does he still care? Does he hate him? He thinks about his mother. Getting older. Sicker. Waiting for a phone call that might never come. Then Daniel hears footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Coming closer. Stopping. Right outside his cell. A shadow blocks the light. A key touches the lock. But the door does not open. Not yet. The guard stands there. Reading something. Holding a paper. Daniel's heart starts beating fast. Too fast. Because, in this place, footsteps at night mean only one thing. News is coming. And news on death row is never good. The paper with your name. The guard stands outside Daniel's door. He does not speak. He does not move. He only breathes. Slow. Heavy. Like he is carrying something very heavy inside his chest. Daniel sits up on his bed. His hands start shaking. He tries to stop them. But he cannot. On death row, when a guard comes at night, it is never for something good. Never. The guard clears his throat. "Daniel Carter," he says quietly. That is Daniel's full name. Hearing it feels strange. Almost painful. Because no one says full names here. Most times, they only use numbers. Cell numbers. Inmate numbers. Not real names. Not human names. "Yes," Daniel whispers. His voice sounds small. Like a scared child. Not like a grown man. The guard unlocks the door. Slowly. Click. Clack. The sound is loud. Too loud. It feels like it cuts through the hallway. Other inmates hear it. They sit up in their cells. They listen. Because they know. Someone is about to get news. The door opens halfway. Not fully. Never fully. The guard stands in the gap. He holds a paper. White. Clean. Sharp edges. Daniel's eyes lock onto it. He cannot look away. That paper controls his life. "You've got a notice," the guard says. He slides the paper through the gap. Then he steps back. Like he is afraid. Like he does not want to be close. Daniel takes the paper. His fingers touch it. It feels cold. Even though it is just paper. His heart is pounding so hard, he thinks it might break. He does not open it. Not yet. He stares at it. For 10 seconds. Maybe 20. Maybe more. Time feels strange. Around him, the hallway is silent. No coughing. No talking. No footsteps. Everyone is listening. Everyone is waiting. Everyone wants to know. Is Daniel next? Slowly, Daniel unfolds the paper. The sound is soft. But in his head, it sounds like thunder. He reads the first line. Notice of scheduled review. Not execution. Not yet. A review. A meeting. A legal step. Another delay. Another wait. His body relaxes. Just a little. He is still alive. For now. He is still breathing. For now. The guard speaks again. You have court review in 3 months. 3 months. 90 days. 90 mornings. 90 nights. 90 times waking up in the same cell. Daniel nods. Thank you, he says. But his voice cracks. The guard closes the door. Click. Clack. Locked again. Daniel sits on his bed. Holding the paper. His head drops forward. He starts crying. Not loud. Not like in movies. Just quiet tears. Rolling down his face. Dripping onto the floor. Because a review does not mean freedom. It does not mean justice. It only means waiting. More waiting. More hoping. More hurting. Across the hallway, Marcus whispers. You okay, brother? Daniel wipes his face. Yeah, he lies. I'm okay. But he is not. He has not been okay in years. Marcus sighs. I got mine last year, Marcus says. They reviewed my case. Said no change. Same sentence. Daniel stays quiet. He knows what that means. Most reviews change nothing. They are just paperwork. Just numbers. Just rules. Human lives on forms. Later that night, Daniel cannot sleep. His mind keeps racing. He thinks about court. About lawyers. About judges. About men in suits who decide his life in clean rooms far away. People who go home to families. To warm beds. To freedom. Daniel wonders if they know what this place feels like. The smell. The noise. The fear. The loneliness. He knows they don't. They only know files. Photos. Reports. Not pain. At 6 a.m., morning comes again. Like always. No break. No mercy. Breakfast slides through the slot. Daniel barely touches it. His stomach hurts. Not from hunger. From stress. Later, during yard time, Daniel walks slowly. Marcus joins him. They walk in circles. Step. 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 Like robots. 3 months, Daniel says. Marcus nods. Better than 3 days, he replies. That is how life works here. You celebrate more waiting. Because waiting means living. Nearby, another inmate is crying. His name is Liam. He is young. Only 24. He arrived 2 years ago. Last week, his name went on the list. Execution scheduled. 6 weeks away. Liam sits against the wall. Rocking back and forth. Whispering. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. No one knows what to say. There are no right words here. Daniel watches Liam. And feels sick. Because he knows. Sooner or later. That will be him. That evening, a chaplain visits. A kind man. Gray hair. Soft voice. He walks cell to cell. Offering prayer. Offering comfort. Offering words. When he reaches Daniel, he asks, Do you want to talk? Daniel hesitates. Then nods. Yes. The chaplain sits on a small chair. Through the bars. Are you afraid? He asks. Daniel thinks. Then answers honestly. Yes. Every day. The chaplain nods. That's normal, he says. Fear means you still care about life. Daniel looks down. "I don't want to die here," he whispers. The chaplain closes his eyes, says a prayer, for strength, for peace, for hope. But when he leaves, the cell is still cold, still gray, still lonely. Prayer does not open doors. Prayer does not stop executions. That night, Daniel dreams. He is outside, walking in sunlight, holding his son's hand, laughing, free. Then a loud bang wakes him up. A door slamming. Reality returns. Concrete. Metal. Bars. Darkness. 3 months. That is all he has. 3 months to hope. 3 months to wait. 3 months to fight a system that almost never loses. And somewhere, in an office far away, a judge is already reading his file, turning pages, making notes, deciding his future, without ever seeing his tears, without ever hearing his prayers, without ever stepping inside this hallway. The day they come for you. 3 months pass, slowly, painfully, like a clock that is broken. Every second feels too long. Every day feels the same. Daniel marks the days on his wall. Small lines. 1 for each morning. 1 for each night. When the last line is drawn, his review day arrives. That morning, Daniel wakes up before the guards. Before the keys. Before the noise. His eyes are already open. His heart is already racing. He did not sleep. Not really. He only closed his eyes and waited. Today is the day. The day men in black robes will talk about his life. The day strangers will decide if he lives or moves closer to death. At 7 a.m., the door opens. 2 guards stand there. Not 1, 2. That is never good. "Carter," one says. "Cuff up." Daniel stands, turns around, places his hands behind his back. Cold metal cuffs snap shut. Tight. Too tight. They chain his ankles. Another chain around his waist. He feels heavy, like he is carrying stones, like he is already buried. Other inmates watch through their small windows. Silent. No one speaks. Everyone knows this walk. The walk to judgment. Daniel walks down the hallway, past Marcus's cell. Marcus whispers, "Stay strong." Daniel nods. But inside, he feels weak. They lead him through metal doors. 1, 2, 3. Each one slams shut behind him. Each one sounds like goodbye. He is put into a transport van. Small, dark, no windows, only a bench, and chains. The drive is quiet. No radio, no talking, only engine noise, and Daniel's breathing. He thinks about his son. If he loses today, will he ever see him again? They arrive at the courthouse. Daniel has not seen the outside world in years. Sunlight hurts his eyes. Fresh air feels strange, almost fake. Inside, everything is clean, bright. White walls, soft carpet, people walking freely, laughing, talking, holding coffee, like nothing is wrong, like no one is dying. Daniel sits at a table. His lawyer sits beside him. A tired man. Too many cases. Too little time. "I'll do my best," the lawyer whispers. Daniel nods. He has heard that before. The judge enters. Everyone stands. The room becomes silent. Papers are read. Words are spoken. Big words. Hard words. Legal words. Daniel barely understands. Evidence. Appeal. Procedures. Final ruling. He listens for one thing. One sentence. One answer. Finally, the judge speaks. "We have reviewed the case." Daniel holds his breath. "And find no new evidence." His heart sinks. The sentence remains unchanged. Those words hit him like a punch. Unchanged. Same fate. Same ending. Same road. To death. The judge continues talking. Daniel does not hear him anymore. Everything sounds far away. Like underwater. His lawyer looks at him. Sorry. Ashamed. Helpless. It's over, the lawyer whispers. We can try one more appeal, but chances are low. Low. A soft word. For almost zero. They cuff Daniel again. Chain him again. Walk him out again. Back into the van. Back into darkness. Back into waiting. When he returns to death row, everyone knows. They always know. News travels fast here. Marcus looks at him. Does not ask. Just nods. I'm sorry, he says. Daniel sits on his bed. Staring at the wall. Not crying. Not speaking. Not moving. That night, another notice appears. On the board. A new list. Fresh paper. Clean ink. Daniel's name is on it. Daniel Carter. Execution scheduled. 8 weeks. 8 weeks. 56 days. 56 mornings. 56 nights. Then, nothing. A guard tells him quietly, "You've been scheduled." Daniel says nothing. Inside, something breaks. Not loudly. Not suddenly. It just cracks. Like glass. That night, Daniel hears Liam crying again. But now, he understands him. Completely. Sleep becomes impossible. Every dream ends the same. A door. A room. A bed. Needles. Lights. Silence. Daniel starts writing letters. To his son. To his mother. To Marcus. To himself. He writes, "I tried. I'm sorry. I love you. I never meant for this." The chaplain visits more often. So do doctors. So do counselors. They check his mind. His body. His strength. They prepare him. For death. One day, Marcus whispers, "How much time?" Daniel answers, 6 weeks. Marcus closes his eyes. Says nothing. Because there is nothing to say. Every day now feels louder. Every sound hurts. Every step feels closer to the end. And somewhere in the prison, a small room is being prepared, cleaned, tested, checked. For Daniel. A room where stories end. Where voices stop. Where time finally runs out. But Daniel is not ready. Not yet. Not without one last chance. Not without one last fight. Because something is happening. Something secret. Something risky. Something that could change everything. His lawyer is working on one final move. One final appeal. One final hope. And if it fails, there will be no more chapters. No more waiting. No more mornings. No more dreams. The last hope. 5 weeks remain. 35 days. That is all Daniel has now. Every morning, he wakes up and counts. Every night, he subtracts. Time is no longer something he owns. Time owns him. His lawyer visits more often. Twice a week. Sometimes 3 times. Each time, he brings papers. Folders. Files. Photos. "We found something," the lawyer says one afternoon. His voice is low. Careful. Like he is afraid to break the moment. Daniel sits up fast. "What?" he asks. His heart jumps. "A witness," the lawyer replies. "Someone who lied before. Someone who is ready to talk now." Daniel's hands shake. "Talk about what?" "About the night of the crime," the lawyer says. "He says you weren't there." For a second, Daniel cannot breathe. Not there. Those 2 words feel like sunlight in a dark room. Is it true? Daniel whispers. I think so, the lawyer says. But proving it is hard. Very hard. The witness is named Aaron. He was part of the same group that night. He took a deal years ago. He blamed Daniel to save himself. He walked free. Daniel went to death row. Now Aaron is sick. Very sick. Doctors say he may not live long. And before dying, he wants to tell the truth. He feels guilty, the lawyer explains. He says he can't die with the lie. Daniel looks down. Anger fills his chest. Years. 7 years. Lost. Because of a lie. So what now? Daniel asks. We file an emergency appeal, the lawyer says. Right away. Today. That night, Daniel cannot stop thinking. About Aaron. About lies. About wasted life. He remembers the trial. How Aaron pointed at him. How his voice sounded sure. How the jury believed him. Daniel trusted him once. Called him a friend. Now that friend almost killed him. The appeal is sent. Fast. Urgent. Marked, life or death. Now comes the hardest part. Waiting. Again. But this waiting is different. This waiting has a small light. A tiny flame. That could go out anytime. 2 weeks pass. No answer. 4 weeks remain. Daniel grows thinner. He barely eats. Barely sleeps. Marcus notices. You gotta stay strong, Marcus says. If they free you, you need energy to walk out. Daniel smiles weakly. I hope I get that chance. One night, Daniel gets a phone call. Rare. Very rare. It is his mother. Her voice is old. Tired. Shaky. My son, she says. I'm praying every day. I know, Mama, Daniel replies. I love you. I'm proud of you, she says. No matter what. Daniel cries after the call ends. Not from fear. From love. 3 weeks remain. Then something happens. A guard comes early. Not at night. In daylight. Carter, he says. You're going to legal. Daniel's heart jumps. This could be it. Good news. Or bad. They walk him fast. No chains this time. Just cuffs. His lawyer is waiting. Standing. Smiling. But nervous. They accepted the appeal, the lawyer says. Daniel freezes. What does that mean? It means. The lawyer breathes in. They will review Aaron's statement. Daniel grabs the table. To stay standing. They're looking again? Yes. The lawyer nods. They stopped the execution. For now. For now. 2 powerful words. Daniel sits down. His legs are weak. He laughs. Then cries. Then laughs again. I'm not dead yet, he whispers. Marcus hears the news later. He smiles wide. That's what I'm talking about. Other inmates clap softly in their cells. A rare sound. Hope. But danger remains. The review could take weeks. And judges do not like changing old cases. It makes them look wrong. Aaron's statement must be checked. His story tested. His past searched. If they find one lie, everything ends. Daniel starts preparing. Mentally. Emotionally. Spiritually. He practices telling his story again. Over and over. So he does not forget. So he does not stumble. 2 weeks remain. Then one morning. A loud alarm rings. Guards rush. Phones ring. Doors slam. Something is happening. Something big. Daniel's door opens. Fast. 2 officers stand there. Serious faces. Get ready, one says. You're going to court. Daniel's heart almost stops. Court. Now. So soon. Is this freedom? Or final goodbye? He steps forward. Hands shaking. mind racing, soul praying, because the next room, the next building, the next decision, will decide everything, life or death, truth or silence, and Daniel is about to face it. The room that decides your life. The courtroom is quiet, too quiet, no laughing, no talking, no phones ringing, only footsteps, and breathing, and fear. Daniel sits at the same table as before, same chair, same view, same judge's seat, but this time, everything feels heavier. His hands are cuffed, but his heart feels free, and trapped. At the same time, his lawyer leans close. "Remember," he whispers. "Tell the truth. Slow, clear." Daniel nods. "I will." Across the room, people sit in rows. Strangers, reporters, law students, court workers. They watch like it is a show, like it is not a real man's life. Then Aaron is brought in. On a wheelchair. Thin, pale, weak. Tubes in his nose. Machines beside him. Daniel almost does not recognize him. This is the man who ruined his life. Now he looks like he is already half gone. Aaron looks at Daniel. Their eyes meet. Aaron looks away first. Ashamed. The judge enters. Everyone stands. Then sits. "Today," the judge says, "we review new evidence." Aaron is called to speak. A nurse helps him sit straight. A microphone is placed near his mouth. He takes a deep breath. "My name is Aaron Lewis," he says softly. "I lied." The room freezes. No movement. No sound. "I lied at the trial," Aaron continues. Daniel was not there. Daniel feels dizzy, like the floor is moving. "I blamed him," Aaron says, "because police scared me. I was young. I was selfish." Tears run down Aaron's face. "I ruined his life." The lawyer asks questions. Careful ones. Hard ones. "Why now? Why should we believe you? Why wait 7 years?" Aaron answers slowly. "I'm dying," he says. "I don't want to die with a lie." Medical records are shown. Doctor reports. Proof. He is telling the truth about his sickness. Then new phone records appear. Location data. Maps. Time stamps. They show Daniel was far away that night. Miles away. Not near the crime. Gas station cameras. Old footage. Blurry. But clear enough. Daniel buying food. At the same time the crime happened. His lawyer stands. "This was missed before," he says. "Because no one looked hard enough." The judge studies the screen. Long. Quiet. Serious. Hours pass. Breaks are taken. Documents are checked. Phones are called. Experts speak. Daniel sits. Barely moving. Barely breathing. He thinks of his son. His mother. Marcus. His cell. His letters. His tears. Finally, everyone returns. The judge looks tired. Older. Worn. He clears his throat. This court finds. Daniel holds his breath. So does everyone else. That serious mistakes were made. Daniel's heart pounds. The conviction is unsafe. A pause. A long pause. We overturn the sentence. For 1 second, Daniel does not understand. Then it hits him. Like lightning. Overturned. Gone. Finished. "You are released from death row," the judge says. "Effective immediately." Daniel cries out. Not loud. Not planned. Just raw. Just real. His lawyer hugs him. Guards remove his cuffs. For the first time in 7 years. Daniel touches his wrists. Free. In the hallway outside, Marcus is waiting. He heard. Everyone heard. Marcus grabs him, hugs him. Go live, Marcus says. Live for all of us. Daniel promises. I will. But as Daniel walks toward the exit, toward sunlight, toward freedom, he looks back. Back at the hallway. Back at the cells. Back at the men still waiting. Still hoping. Still afraid. He knows. His story is not over. Not really. Because freedom after death row is another battle. Another struggle. Another chapter. And many others will never get this chance. Daniel steps outside. Sunlight hits his face. Wind touches his skin. Life feels strange. Beautiful. Scary. Real. But somewhere behind him, metal doors close again. And someone else wakes up at 5 a.m., not knowing if tomorrow will come. Life after the gates. The prison gate opens slowly, with a loud creak. Metal scraping metal. Daniel stands still, right at the line, one step away from freedom. For 7 years, he dreamed of this moment. Now that it is here, he is afraid to move. A guard looks at him. You're free, the guard says. Daniel nods, but his feet do not listen. Then he takes one step. Then another. Then another. And suddenly, he is outside. No walls. No bars. No cameras above his head. Only sky. Big. Blue. Endless. Daniel closes his eyes. Breathes in. Deep. Fresh air. It smells like trees. Like cars. Like life. His mother is waiting. Standing near a small car. Holding a bag. Her hair is gray now. Her back is bent. But her eyes shine. My son, she cries. She runs. Slowly, but with all her heart. They hug. Long. Tight. Neither wants to let go. I thought I lost you, she whispers. I almost did, Daniel replies. But I'm here. Then he sees his son. Standing behind her. Tall. Thin. Nervous. Not a little boy anymore. A teenager. Dad. The boy says quietly. Daniel's heart breaks. And heals. At the same time. Yes, Daniel says. I'm your dad. They hug. Awkward. Careful. But real. For years, they only talked on the phone. Now they are face to face. Learning each other again. On the drive home, Daniel stares out the window. Everything feels fast. Cars. People. Lights. Shops. Sounds. In prison, nothing moved. Here, everything moves. He feels dizzy. Overwhelmed. Small. That night, he sleeps in a real bed. Soft. Warm. With clean sheets. But he does not sleep well. He wakes up every hour. Listening. Waiting for keys. Waiting for doors. They never come. Weeks pass. Daniel tries to live normally. But normal is hard. In shops, he feels lost. Too many choices. Too many colors. In crowds, he panics. Too many people. Too close. Too loud. Sometimes, he wakes up sweating. Dreaming of his cell. Of chains. Of lists. His mother notices. You're safe now, she says. Daniel nods. But his body does not believe it yet. He starts seeing a counselor. A woman named Sarah. Kind voice. Soft eyes. What scares you most? She asks. Freedom, Daniel answers honestly. She nods. That's common, she says. You were controlled for years. Now you decide everything. Decision is scary. Daniel looks for work. But his record follows him. Even though he was cleared. Even though he was innocent. People still see prison. Some say no. Some don't call back. Some lie. Finally, A small repair shop gives him a chance. Fixing bikes, cleaning tools, sweeping floors. It is not much, but it is honest. Every payday feels like victory. Daniel sends letters to Marcus every month, telling him about life, about freedom, about hope. Marcus writes back, "Don't forget us." Daniel never does. One day, Daniel visits a school. To speak, to warn, to teach. "I was almost executed for something I didn't do," he tells them. Truth matters. Choices matter. Justice matters. Students listen. Silent. Shocked. His story spreads. Newspapers. TV. Online. People start noticing. Lawyers. Activists. Groups that fight for justice. They ask Daniel to help. To speak. To join. To stand up. He says yes. Because he knows. He survived for a reason. But late at night, when the house is quiet, when everyone is asleep, Daniel still thinks about Liam, about Marcus, about the men still inside, about how close he came to disappearing forever. And he wonders, how many innocent people are still waiting behind those walls, waiting for someone to listen, waiting for someone to care, waiting for someone like him to speak. And Daniel makes a promise to himself, to them. I will not be silent, because his story is not just about survival. It is about changing what comes next. The voices behind the walls. 1 year passes, then 2, then 3. Daniel is no longer the man from death row. Now people call him something else. A survivor, a speaker, a fighter. He travels to cities, small towns, schools, churches, community halls. Everywhere he goes, he tells the same story. Not to get famous, not to get rich, but to save someone else. I was innocent, he says, and I almost died. People listen. Some cry. Some get angry. Some feel afraid. After every talk, someone always comes up. Quiet. Nervous. Whispering. My brother is in prison. My dad is on death row. My friend says he's innocent. Daniel writes down names, places, cases, stories. His notebook fills fast. Too fast. He joins a justice group. Lawyers, students, volunteers, people who work day and night, reading files, finding mistakes, looking for truth. They call themselves Second Chance. Because everyone deserves one. Daniel visits prisons now, not as an inmate, but as a guest. Still, the smell is the same. The sound is the same. The feeling is the same. Cold, heavy, sad. One day, he returns to Goulburn, the place he swore he'd never see again. The gates open. Again. But this time, he walks in free. His hands are not chained. His head is high. But his heart is shaking. A guard recognizes him. You're the one who got out, the guard says. Daniel nods. Yes. Inside, nothing has changed. Same walls. Same doors. Same silence. He meets inmates. Sits across metal tables. Talks through glass. You give us hope, one man says. Daniel answers softly. Don't give up. Then he asks about Marcus. The guard looks down. Still here, he says. Still waiting. Daniel's chest hurts. That night, he cannot sleep. He thinks of Marcus. Older now. Sicker. Still locked. Still forgotten. The next morning, Daniel calls his lawyer. We need to help Marcus, he says. They reopen the case. Again. Paper. Files. Records. Witnesses. It is slow, painful, hard. But something appears. A missing report. A lost document. Hidden for years. Proof. That Marcus's trial was unfair. Daniel visits Marcus. Face to face. For the first time. They sit in a small room. No bars. Just guards watching. Marcus smiles. "You look free," he says. Daniel smiles back. "I'm fighting for you now." Marcus's eyes fill with tears. "No one ever did that before," he whispers. Months pass. Court dates. Hearings. Delays. The system fights back. It always does. But truth is strong. And truth keeps growing. One morning, Daniel gets a call. Marcus's case is approved for review, the lawyer says. Daniel drops the phone. Falls to his knees. Cries. He rushes to tell Marcus. "I told you," he says. "We're not done." But deep inside, Daniel knows. Marcus is only one. Hundreds remain. Thousands. Around the world. People waiting. Counting cracks. Writing letters. Praying in silence. Daniel stands at a microphone one night. In front of cameras. Lights. Crowds. "We must look again," he says. "At every case. At every life. Justice should never be lazy." The crowd claps. But Daniel is not smiling. Because he knows. Claps fade. News moves on. People forget. But prisons do not forget. Death row does not forget. And somewhere, right now, a man is waking up at 5 a.m., hearing keys, hearing boots, feeling fear, just like Daniel once did. And his story is still waiting to be told. The case that changed everything. 2 years later, Daniel is sitting at his kitchen table. A cup of cold tea in front of him. Papers everywhere. Files. Notes. Photos. Maps. He is working on Marcus's case. Again. Still. Never giving up. His phone rings. Unknown number. He almost ignores it. Then answers. "Hello. This is the Legal Review Board," a voice says. "We have news about Marcus Hill." Daniel stands up fast. "Yes. The court has agreed," the voice continues, "to reopen the case fully." Daniel feels weak. His legs shake. "Really?" "Yes. A new trial." A new trial. 2 words. Full of power. Full of danger. Full of hope. Daniel thanks them. Hangs up. Covers his face. Cries. He drives 4 hours. Straight to Goulburn. No stops. No sleep. Only hope. When he arrives, Marcus is waiting. Sitting. Hands folded. Older. Thinner. Grayer. "They're giving me another chance," Daniel says. Marcus smiles slowly. "Maybe I'll see the sky again." The new trial begins months later. Reporters come. Cameras flash. People watch. This time, everything is checked. Every witness. Every file. Every mistake. Old lies are exposed. Hidden deals. False statements. Missing proof. One witness admits. "I was pressured." Another says, "I was scared." The truth grows. Piece by piece. Daniel sits in the back row. Every day. Never missing. Never leaving early. He watches Marcus listen. Hope in his eyes. Fear in his hands. After 3 weeks, the jury leaves to decide. Hours pass. Silence fills the room. Finally, they return. The judge speaks. "Has the jury reached a decision?" "Yes," the foreman answers. Daniel holds his breath. So does Marcus. So does everyone. Not guilty. The words echo. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Marcus breaks down, crying, laughing, shaking. Daniel runs forward, hugs him. "Welcome back," he whispers. After 15 years, Marcus walks free. Outside, sunlight touches his face, like it did Daniel's years before. "I forgot how warm it feels," Marcus says. They stand together. Two survivors, two stories, one truth. News spreads. People notice. Again. More families call. More letters arrive. More cases appear. Daniel's work grows. Bigger. Harder. Heavier. Sometimes he feels tired. Empty. Lost. But then he remembers. The hallway. The list. The paper. The fear. And he keeps going. One night, Daniel sits alone, looking at old photos. From prison days. From court. From freedom. He finds a letter. One he wrote long ago. In his cell. To himself. It says, "Don't quit. Even if you're scared. Even if no one listens." Daniel smiles. He kept his promise. But outside his window, sirens sound. News reports talk about crime. About prisons. About punishment. And Daniel knows. The system is still broken. And another case, another name, another life, is about to land on his desk. A case bigger than any before. More dangerous. More powerful. A case that could change everything. Or destroy him. The file no one wanted opened. It arrives on a Monday morning. A brown envelope. No return address. No name. Just Daniel's address. Written by hand. Shaky. Careful. Daniel stares at it for a long time. He feels something is wrong. Important. Heavy. He opens it slowly. Inside are papers. Many papers. Old. Yellow. Some torn. Some stained. On top is a letter. 3 short lines. Written in blue ink. "Please help my brother. They framed him. He is next." Daniel's hands tighten. He is next. Those words mean one thing. Execution soon. He reads the name. Thomas Reed. Age. 29. On death row. 5 months left. So young. So close. Daniel starts reading. Police reports. Court records. Witness lists. Photos. At first, it looks normal. Like every other case. Guilty. Strong evidence. Closed. But Daniel keeps reading. He always does. Then he sees it. A missing timeline. A gap. 30 minutes. No record. No proof. No explanation. 30 minutes when the crime happened. 30 minutes when Thomas says he was somewhere else. Daniel feels it. The same feeling he had before. With Marcus. With himself. Something is wrong. He calls his lawyer. "I need you," Daniel says. "Now." They meet that afternoon. Spread the papers. Check dates. Compare reports. "Look here," Daniel says. "This witness changed his story 3 times. And this camera," the lawyer adds. "It was broken that night. Only that night. Too many accidents. Too many mistakes." They drive to see Thomas. A long trip. Silent. Serious. Inside death row. Everything feels familiar. Too familiar. The smell. The sounds. The fear. Daniel's chest tightens. He remembers his cell. His bed. His wall. Thomas is brought in. Thin. Young. Eyes tired. Hands shaking. "You're Daniel," Thomas says. "The one who got out." "Yes," Daniel replies. "And I'm here for you." Thomas swallows. "I didn't do it," he whispers. "I swear." Daniel looks into his eyes. He sees it. Fear. Not lies. Not evil. Just terror. Tell me everything, Daniel says. Thomas talks. For 2 hours. No stopping. No hiding. About working late. About stopping at a store. About meeting a friend. About going home. About police knocking. About being arrested. About being blamed. They told me if I confessed, I'd live, Thomas says. They lied. Daniel's heart sinks. False confession. Again. They leave the prison late. Dark outside. Cold wind. We have 4 months, the lawyer says. That's nothing. Daniel clenches his fists. Then we work day and night. They find the store. Old owner. Old camera system. Old backup drive. Hidden in a drawer. Covered in dust. It works. The video shows Thomas buying food at the time of the crime. Miles away. Daniel stares at the screen, breathing fast. We got him, he whispers. But proof is not enough. Not always. Because someone powerful does not want this case reopened. Someone who made mistakes. Someone who fears exposure. And they are watching Daniel now. Phones click. Emails vanish. Files disappear. Pressure begins. Threats. Warnings. Silent messages. Drop this, one letter says. Daniel burns it. Keeps working. Because Thomas has 5 months. And every day counts. And this fight is about to become the hardest yet. The walls that still stand. Daniel stands outside the prison one last time. The same walls. The same gates. The same shadows. But now, he is not afraid of them. He understands them. He knows what they hide. Behind those walls. Men are still counting days. Still counting cracks. Still praying in silence. Still waiting for someone to notice. Some are guilty. Some are not. But all are human. All are someone's son. Someone's brother. Someone's father. Daniel once waited there too. Listening for keys. Watching lists. Writing goodbye letters. Wondering if tomorrow would come. Now, he stands on the other side. Free. But never free from memory. Never free from responsibility. Because freedom is not just walking out. Freedom is going back. And pulling others out with you. Marcus made it. Thomas still waits. Many others still hope. Many others still cry at night. And the system still makes mistakes. It still rushes. It still forgets. It still chooses speed over truth. But as long as there is one voice, one survivor, one person brave enough to say, "Look again," nothing is truly over. Daniel looks up at the sky. The same sky every inmate dreams of. The same sky no wall can block. "I'm still fighting," he whispers. "For all of you." And somewhere inside, a man hears keys. A door opens. A name is called. But this time, there is hope. Because stories like Daniel's prove one thing. Even in the darkest places, truth can survive. Justice can return. And life can begin again. If this story moved you, if it made you think, if it made you feel, don't look away. Don't forget. Don't stay silent. Because behind every prison wall, there is a voice waiting to be heard. Studio microphone voices from the inside, where the truth can't be locked away. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay with Voices from the Inside, because the next story might save a life.